I desperately need to make a book release plan, and I decided to bring you guys along with me for my June 30th release coming up in like less than 3 months. What day is today? Today is April 5th. Oh my gosh, it's like less than 2 months away. It's like this month, next month, and June. So I've got about 3 months. Typically I do my book release plan right around the 3 to 4 months out range. So this is about right, except that normally I'd be a lot more prepared. I'd been thinking about it already, and today is the first time that I'm gonna face it. So I've got a big whiteboard here. I like to create kind of like a book release calendar, physical calendar, and I like to use these things. These are like foam boards that you can get for like $1 at the dollar store or Walmart or Target. Got my markers, got my sticky notes. If you guys have seen my book release plans before, I will pop a link for them below. Basically, I like to create a calendar so I can physically see and kind of get all these thoughts and ideas in my head out onto paper, and then I actually have like an action plan to follow. And that helps a lot, because essentially a book release plan is just getting all the crazy amounts of stuff that are up here and all the decisions to make onto paper and finalizing them. That's really all there is to it. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna take you guys over. We're gonna just spread out on the floor and do this. I've done this calendar many times now. This is just my random method. Like, you could obviously use any calendar you want, or you could do an internet calendar, like whatever works for you. But for me, I found that it helps to physically draw it out and like have it all. Like, I've never found a planner with just 4 months, the specific 4 months that I need. And I also love that I can like lay it out, like put it against the wall or something once I'm ready to begin those 4 months. So far we have a cute puppy, and we have April. So what I like to do is I like to make Sundays a little bit skinnier, because I try not to work on Sundays, but I want them on the calendar in case there's something I need to do. I just freehand it because I don't care about perfection. Like, you can see the lines are all over the place, but if you want, you could do a ruler. And I have tried going sideways before, but it confused me. I kind of like going down. So we're gonna go April, May, June, July. So that's step one. All right, can you see that okay? Basically, you can see that it's not perfect by any means. Now, instead of directly writing my plans on there, unless there's a couple things that are set in stone, I will directly write the release date, June 30th. The reason I use stickies for this next part of the plan is that I like to have them be movable. So like, you could do pencil obviously, but I'm not a pencil person. I'm really not. As you can see, I didn't even bother. And so I like to take stickies, and I know what the task is and I write it on, but then if it needs to move to a different date, then I can do that. There's pretty much only one date that I'm gonna write in permanent marker right now. Release day, June 30th. So like I said at the beginning of the video, the book release plan is all about decisions. Did I say that at the beginning? I'm saying it now. So I have a few really big decisions. I've done book release plans like this before, but this is so different. This will be my 10th book release, if I'm counting right. There's dog hair on it. This is my plan, is, publish The Cursed Hunter. That's the book release. But if this were it would be like any other book release. But on top of this, I also want to publish the Stolen Kingdom hardcover. So there's that. And I want to publish the Ginny Key hardcover and the Cursed Hunter hardcover. Sorry for my sloppy handwriting. So there's that. And I'm also working on the audio book for the Stolen Kingdom. Just a few releases that I have to do. So my first big decision is, where are these gonna go on the calendar? Like, really, where are they gonna go? I don't know. I'm trying to find a good place to set this because you guys can't see it. So hold on, I got some tape. We're gonna make something happen here. So the most obvious one is the Cursed Hunter. We know where this is going because I already have a release date for this. So this is like available for pre-order down below. If you haven't pre-ordered and you want to, you can. That's the ebook and the paperback, but what about the hardcover? Do I publish this the same day, or if I got my act in gear, could I publish it even sooner? Because if you guys don't know this already, I wanted to do a rapid release of the hardcovers, which means in theory that you would do a release and then another week or two later, another release, and then a week or two later, another release. And so that'd be like boom, boom, boom in a row. So like, for example, what if I could do the hardcover 2 weeks early? So that'd be like right there. And then let's say that I want to release the hardcover of the Jenny Key 2 weeks before that. That'd be right there. Okay. Now, this is obviously going into May now, which is making me nervous already, but let's say that the Stolen Kingdom hardcover is 2 weeks before that. This is May 19th. Today is April 5th. That is like barely more than a month away. I gotta bump over so you guys can see this. But yeah, this is kind of intense. Like, does that seem doable? Not so much, because I haven't written the exclusives yet. So let's do that. Before I forget, we still have the audiobook, which I don't know. I don't totally know. So like, it's April 5th right now. If we were to finish somehow in like the next 2 weeks, which is possible, maybe, then you submit it online to ACX, and they have on their website 40 days to approve. So if I were able to submit the audiobook on April 20th, then if I'm doing it right, May 30th. So let's pop this on May 30th for now, because that's my best guess. So the hardcovers are probably gonna move, but that's the nice thing about the stickies is we can work with it. We can move them around. So we're gonna do a couple other things first just to see how we feel. Okay, so to publish the hardcover of The Stolen Kingdom, I have told you guys this already, and I have a video on it, which I'll link below, where I wanna have exclusives in it. So far, I know that I wanna have a POV. Let me show you this. POV for Gideon. He is going to have this super cool scene at the back of the book. I don't want to spoil it for you, but if you want to know more, again, you can check out the exclusives video. So I have written part of this, but I want to write a full first draft. So let's say that I want to do that by the end of the week, which seems a little bit ambitious again. And then maybe I need a few more days to edit it, and then I'm going to send it. Sorry, I should show you guys. I want to send it to my critique partners. I don't know. And then obviously they need time to read it, and then I want to edit it again and make sure it's final and everything's good. There's a lot that goes into the editing process that we're not going to put on the board. We just need to get the gist of it. We need to get the brain dump on the page. I also know that I want to have a Q&A, and I'm just putting it all in one. I just want to like write it one day, rough draft, and then finalize it over a few other days. So let's say I need a week to do that. I also want to redo the front and back matter, everything that's not the book, like the story. So it's the stuff in the front and the back. I know I want to update things like the new cover designer and the copyrights page, more recently published books to the inside of every book. Again, I'm so thankful that I'm using stickies because these are all gonna move. All right, I'm gonna give myself like 2 days to do that, and I'm gonna do another day for the formatting, and we're skipping Sundays because I'm trying not to work on Sundays, so we'll put it here. Okay, and then once I've done all those things, I will be able to have a final page count, which means that I will, that's an equal sign. Sorry guys, to have give that final page count to Mandy so she can make the final wrap, because the spine has to be exact for the pages. So when she gives me the final wrap, like obviously I need to give her time to finish it. Once I have the wrap, I can submit it to Ingram. So right now I'm doing hardcovers through Ingram Spark, probably. So if all goes well, I could submit by the end of this month. That's what we're finding out. Now, it would be nice if they reviewed it in just a couple days like their website says, but sometimes they take a whole week. So we're just gonna give them the whole week and assume they're gonna take that long. So we're gonna assume that we hear back from them on May 6th, you know, if we're lucky. And then I would immediately order a proof. The reason I do this is because it might be wonky. The formatting might be strange. I might realize that I want to reformat something. You always want to order a proof. You always want to see it in your hands and actually like read through it and make sure it looks good. Every single page. Maybe you've got weird wonky page numbers, or your author name got skipped on some pages. I don't know. Maybe the map looks ridiculous. So you always want to order a proof, maybe more than one. And unfortunately, Ingram Spark is very, very slow. They have options to make things much faster, but they charge an arm and a leg. So I'm not gonna pay that. I have no reason to pay $50 for a book. Like, I've been tempted before just to get it faster, but no. That's, again, one of the many things I love about KDP or Amazon's imprint KDP is that they are much faster. So Ingram Spark says 10 business days for shipping, I think. So there we go. We think we're gonna get the book on the 16th. By the way, I haven't said this, but the pink stickies, I'm using these as my urgent to do, so to speak, like my deadlines. These are my deadline stickies. Actually, even though it might come on this day, I need a few days to review it. So technically, my deadline to finish the review would probably be like, say 3 or 4 days after that I would like read through it, check it out. All right, so we have our first problem. Let me show you. All right, I'm gonna try to give you guys a close-up. So we've got our plan here. We're writing, we're editing, we're writing some more, we're fixing it up, you know, formatting, finalizing, and submitting. And then down here, we assume, you know, if everything goes according to plan, we can order proof. And then it's gonna come in the mail over here technically, but we're gonna review it and give ourselves like 3 days to review it. And so you'll notice a problem here. We're reviewing the proof after we would have published it. So this date is not gonna work. This is why I love this calendar planning and I love using the stickies. So I immediately go, no, this is not gonna happen. So, you know, if the proof was good, then this could be the publishing date, right? But what if it's not? You guys remember my story? I did a video about the Ginny Key where Ingram Spark has 10 days before the publishing date, they start printing. So if this was my publishing day, then 10 days before, and by the way, I did the math like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I thought, you know, if I finalize on this day, then they've got their 10 printing days. But no, they say business days now, even though it's not on their website, or it wasn't when I looked. So these days wouldn't count. So it would really be, and no holidays either. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here, supposedly, they would start printing for a publishing date right here. So this is dangerous. We're going to actually count forward. Say that the proof needs some work and I need a day to fix it. And then we want 10 more business days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's say this one. Let's say if I fixed it right away, then we could publish The Stolen Kingdom on this date. So this is a much more manageable publishing date. This is like a very good buffer. Like I've built in a ton of buffers. Every single one of these is probably going to be done faster, but just in case it isn't, just in case shipping takes a really, really long time and I need a lot of time to review the proof, then I feel really good about this release date. And so let's say I still want to do my rapid release. So then I would want to bump, and I would bump the Ginny Key to 2 weeks after that. And then, and this is probably way more realistic, to just publish The Cursed Hunter, both hardcover and paperback and ebook all on the same day. So those were just the deadlines for The Stolen Kingdom hardcover. We don't even have the deadlines for The Cursed Hunter up or the other hardcovers. Never had to do this before where I specify which book that I'm ordering a proof and proofreading, but it's happening at the same time. That's gonna be tricky. That is gonna be a tricky week. All right, my brain is exploding, so I might need to take a break, but I know that I still need to add deadlines for the audiobook, for the other hardcovers, the Ginny Key and the Cursed Hunter hardcovers. And I think I still have some more deadlines for The Cursed Hunter that I need to add on here that I haven't thought of, so I gotta kind of review my plans from before. I'm about to show you the chaos that is my brain. It's not even done yet. Like, I just slapped them on there. I have to actually organize. This is like the bare bones. And I really wish I had more of these little baby stickies because the overlapping things are getting tricky and I was just moving things around to empty days for the moment. But really, some of them might have to happen like boom, boom, boom in a row. So I have to really take a look at this and reorganize and also fill out. I know June is going to be crazy busy. It's not going to look like that. And also so is May. And as you can see with all the blue, I have 1,000,001 YouTube ideas and I just, like, I want to do them all right now. Like, I want to do words to cut and overwriting and underwriting because it's Camp Nano. But I also want to talk about the exclusives and creating a release plan like this. And I want to do the cover reveal for number 3 and like get that out in the world. And then once I do that, I want to share a rebranding update for how it goes. And I also want to talk about budgeting, which my patrons really wanted this topic. And they also really wanted to hear about how to make audiobooks and how to do magic systems. And I have an audiobook sneak peek of me listening to the first 15 minutes that I actually filmed like in February and still haven't done anything with. So yeah, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now. So what I'm going to tell you guys, I guess, is this is how I begin creating a plan. If you want to see a final plan, I will link that below so you can check that out. But yeah, it's normal to feel overwhelmed, and so there's no reason to try to do, I just hit it, there's no reason to try to do all of this in one day. So I guess that's my first tip is start planning in advance. Like, as you can see, I did 3 months in advance. Things change. Use stickies. Step 2 could be plan backwards. As you saw, I started with the release date and I worked my way backwards so that I could see what is actually feasible. Step 3 would be to plan in a flexible way, whether that's with stickies or with a pencil, because as you can see, things move around a lot. Step 4, whatever, would be don't try to do it all in one day. No, it's okay to be overwhelmed. It's normal to feel a little overwhelmed. And that leads to my next tip, which is if you find that you have to take something off the board because there's just too much going on, or if you have to move it to a time frame that you didn't want, that's okay too. Like, I'm not probably gonna get all of these videos done. I'm super excited about YouTube right now and about all these things that I want to share with you guys. And so maybe this video that I'm recording now is going to come out in like 2 months, right next to my book release. I don't know when I'm going to share this video, but I just know that I have a lot of things that I want to help you guys with. But right now, you know, the phrase "I don't know" and not being able to picture the future is pretty much everything. It's not just a book release, it's like life for everyone right now. And maybe it'll still be that way when this video comes out, but that's okay. Like, we don't have to have it all figured out. We just have to know the next step. And so brain dumping all this out has helped me because now I have it written somewhere. And now I know, like, I can kind of zoom in, just like with the Kanban board, I can kind of zoom in today. This is what I'm doing today. I want to update my website soon. I'm editing for my editor. I'm just looking at this week. Yeah, I've bitten off, what's the saying? Bitten off more than I can chew. The nice thing about shooting too high is that you usually come further than you would have if you shoot too low. But the downside of shooting too high is that you have to deal with sometimes overwhelm and guilt. And so, I mean, you can work around that. You can kind of be aware of it and be like, I'm shooting too high and I know that I won't get some of this done, and that's okay. And that removes some of the guilt and some of the overwhelm, but it comes back. It comes back frequently. So like I said, it's Sunday. I don't usually work on Sundays, but I just really needed to get all of this out of my head, and I'll come back to it again over the next couple days. But right now, my balance and my last tip, I guess, is to step away when you need to and just take breaks. So I'm gonna go read a book. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know what you think of my insanity here. And if you have any tips, if you have any ideas, if you're like, I really want the hardcovers to all come out on the same day, because that's something I considered and I totally forgot when I was making this. But if they all came out on the same day, I wouldn't get my rapid release. I wouldn't get to try that, which I'm excited about, but it would mean that I'd be a lot less stressed because I'd be pushing out, you know, having to finish the wrap, having to finish the proof, having to finish the page counts and the writing the exclusives and everything. You saw everything. I don't need to repeat it. And also, I don't have to do all these YouTube videos, and I can push them out, taking things one thing at a time. Hope you guys are also, and hope you're taking care of yourself and staying safe. And I love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye. Just FYI, I also have a publishing plan template that I send out over on my author newsletter to everybody who signs up for my monthly newsletter. So if you would like to get that free template plus a 23-page guide on how to fill it out, just go ahead and sign up for my newsletter. It will be linked below.